guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday night and I'm back tonight with another video. This video may be just a little bit lengthy. Hopefully it won't be too long. Try to keep it under 15 minutes, but this is a trending topic and a lot of people that I'm subscribed to are doing videos kind of associated with this particular topic. I know you've already read it, so I felt like maybe I should put my spin on it, my take on it, my thoughts on it. So tonight we're going to be talking about emergency plans. Should we have one? There's a lot going on right now in the world, as we know, and you know, I think that I'm one of those people who believes in making sure that my ducks are in a row, making sure that I'm safe, making sure I have a plan in the event of an emergency. So even if you don't believe anything that's happening right now in the world, it is always important that you be in a position where you can be able to protect yourself and your loved ones. So it never hurts to be prepared and have a plan. I remember when my daughter, my youngest daughter, was living at home still. She's gone and married now, guys. But when she was living at home, one of the things that we always did, we had to have an emergency plan in the case of an emergency, like a tornado or a fire. Living here in Memphis, Memphis do have tornadoes. And so this is the first city that I've lived in that potentially could have a tornado. So she wanted to make sure that we had everything we needed. So we had, when there was any type of news report about a tornado sighting or warning or watch, we had to put our shoes by the side of our bed. We had to sleep in our, you know, emergency clothes. So that would be like some sweats, a jogging suit, or whatever you want to call it. And we had a little, like an overnight bag where they had flashlight, batteries, water, like crackers or something like that, extra batteries for your phone, little emergency things like that that we would need in the event. A radio, it was a little emergency radio where you could listen to the broadcast. We had that bag and it stayed packed. It stayed packed all the time, but we would put it by the bed so that in the event that we had to jump up in an emergency, we jump up, put our shoes on, grab our bag, and we would be set to go. And we also over the years have made plans in case there was you know, something that happened globally or in the United States where we would have to get with family. We had like meeting points that we would meet up with other family members. So I thought that was really, you know, very intelligent of my young daughter to think of something like that at such a young age. She was, I think when we started doing that, she was probably 13 or 14 years old. So it's always important to have some type of plan. So with everything that's happening right now, a lot of states are talking about shutting back down because of the approaching fall and winter weather, and they feeling like this pandemic will rise again because, you know, the fall and the winter months bring on colds and flus. So with it already being a virus out here, they think that it's gonna escalate. So they're thinking about shutting down, maybe going back down to level 1 where a lot of the things were shut down. So, you know, what happened? People will get excited and run out to the stores and start buying up everything. So it's always important to be prepared ahead of time prior to that, in whatever way that would be for you. Now, for me, I'm not one of those who believe in hoarding things because I'm the type of person who feels like you should share with people and or not try to buy everything in the event that there's some little old lady, elderly lady, or some little elderly man who's not able to move as fast as I am can have an opportunity to go in the store and be able to get a few things. But some of the things that I have researched and some of the things that my job have in place, I'm just going to tell you what I've seen, and these are things that could generate thought for you to be prepared. One of the things that I said that I am going to do, I'm going to make a lot of my own products. So I'm going to be making my own hand sanitizer versus trying to go to the store and find it, because, you know, once this happens, if it happens, all of those things will be almost impossible to find. So you do know that you can make hand sanitizer if you need that. You can actually use alcohol, just regular rubbing alcohol. You want to make sure that at least 70% alcohol, and you can get some aloe vera gel. I think it's supposed to be, I might have it backwards, but if not, I'll put it in the description bar below. I think it's two-part, is it 2-part alcohol, 1-part water. I mean, 1-part aloe vera gel, and you could also drop a couple drops of essential oils in if you want to give it a little fragrance, like some lavender or lemongrass or something like that. If you want to give it a couple of drops of essential oil in it. So I'm going to be making up me some batches of that to share with people that I love, and I think it'll be better for me. I also, aloe vera gel is good for you, so rather than using the chemical products that they have. So I won't be doing that. I am planning to get a few cleaning supplies like bleach and like Lysol cleaner. You still can't find the Lysol spray, disinfectant spray. So it is what it is, but you can always get you a little bottle with some bleach and water, mix that up, clean your surfaces just the same. So remember that, instead of trying to run out and buy up all of the things or be in line or be dealing with crowds of people acting foolish out there, remember these are things that you can actually make at home. So get you some bleach, and make sure you dilute it, and you could Google to find out the parts, how much water, how much bleach, and that will clean your surfaces just like a regular Lysol cleaner or the disinfectant spray. So those are just a few tips in case you didn't know that you can do. But I'm gonna just share with you all a few things. Let me put my glasses on here. That they were saying it's always important to have a way to receive your emergency alerts and warnings. Now, of course, our phones are good for that, but so make sure either that or you designate a person who can contact you or contact your family in the event that there's something that has to happen where you have to move, or say for instance you're in a city where people start looting really bad, or you're afraid, you're fearful, so you might want to go and stay with someone, have a family member or friend that you have designated, or you all have designated as a meet up or contact person that you can gather with, because it's good that you could go through this with someone. So this also would just for any type of emergency plan that may happen, because sometimes things just happen in life, and so it's good to have an emergency plan. Right now there's a whole fire over in California, so I'm sure those people could use an emergency plan. What is your family household communication plan, which I just said, who you're gonna talk to, who's gonna be the person that takes charge of saying, let me contact this person, that person, and this person, or is everybody gonna do it? Do you have a kit? Where is your supplies being kept? Do you have a place for food? Is there a pantry? Are you gonna be able to share that or get it to other people? Make sure that you have a stash of cash somewhere. I'm not going to tell people to keep cash at home. I don't want nobody to get robbed, but have somewhere where you can have access to emergency cash. A lot of people do have a wallet or something where they keep emergency funds, because who knows, the ATM systems, the banking systems may not work. You might go to the ATM and swipe your card and it says, this ATM is empty. Or it may come back with an error message because it could be down, because somebody could have tried to break into it. So we never know. Technology is not guaranteed. So make sure you have some free flowing cash stashed somewhere that you can have access to in the event that you do need to go buy food or buy supplies for you and your family. It's important to do that. What else I do want to say? Make sure you check the Center for Disease Control, which is the CDC, for updates on emergency plans due to the coronavirus. Make sure you have plenty of face coverings, whatever that is for you. Make sure that you have a few stashed away that you're not wearing right now. We wash and wear the ones that we have, but it wouldn't hurt if you go ahead on and purchase a few or make a few and go ahead and put that in your bag for your emergency plan. That way you'll already have face coverings. I know a lot of people don't believe in wearing them, but if you are one that do, make sure you go ahead and make you a stash somewhere so that you can have them. It would also help if you would use some extra pairs of rubber gloves, for make sure that you have that in case you need to touch. I wouldn't suggest excuse me, buying a bunch of toilet paper. I had never understood what the whole toilet paper thing was about, because we know that if you need to go to use the bathroom, you just go, and you don't necessarily have to have paper. You could use wash off a cloth. So I wouldn't get overly crazy about toilet paper. You know, I don't know what that was. I think maybe somebody put that out there and everybody just went mad the same way they did about that doggone chicken biscuit from Popeyes. You know, it's been around forever, and all of a sudden people just start going crazy on it. So it's not important to hoard up on toilet paper, because I don't think that's going to be very important. You know, like I said, if push come to shove, you can always tear up rags. You can wash out cloths that you can use repeatedly. So it's not that important. But if you want to get your few to put aside, you know, more power to you, but it's not priority. So know that. Okay, what else I got here? Make sure that the food that you have will fit the dietary needs of all. You know, you're going to have a little bit of, you know, everything, because you got people who have certain dietary needs. So if you have your mom or your grandmother with you, make sure when you're stocking your pantry or getting your non-perishable items, make sure you're getting things that grandma, or you don't even necessarily have to be grandma or granddad, but it could also be someone that just have medical or dietary needs. Make sure that you have foods that they can consume as well. We know oftentimes we don't think like that. We just buy up a bunch of non-perishable items, but it could be things that people with special needs, dietary needs, would not be able to consume because of their, you know, their needs for lack of, they can't eat certain foods. As far as medicine, make sure you know where your prescriptions are. Make sure you have them either photocopied in your phone in case you need to go to a pharmacy, that you'll have them already. You know what they are without having to go find the prescription. You'll have it already with your doctor's, your physician's information. Have that stored in your phone, so that in case you have to have an emergency to go get this information to fill any kind of prescriptions, that you already have it. It would save you a lot of trouble, because a lot of times people trying to call in prescriptions, they don't know what they are, they don't know how to pronounce the names of things. But if you have it already stored in your phone, you know that. Make sure you have all your emergency numbers stored in your phone. That could be family members or either just emergency responders numbers. Make sure all of that is stored in your phone. Preferably if it's like speed dial, where you could assign a number to it, where you could just press that one number in the event that you need to call anybody in an emergency. Most of all, don't panic. You know, panic is not going to help us. You know, we run around not thinking, kind of wild and loose cannon, like people can be hurt or injured, and it's just not necessary to do that. We got to make sure we're thinking. Make sure that you listen and do the things that your leaders are telling you to do. A lot of people are opting to leave the country, and that's fine too. A lot of people don't want to deal with it anymore. For me, you know, I'll be honest with you guys. If I didn't have grandchildren, I probably would have been gone from the country as well. Well, that's pending if I had my passport by now, which I was supposed to have it back in May. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I probably would have gone had I not had grandchildren. But I can't see myself running out on my grandchildren. They may have need of me, so I will have to make sure I see about my family, make sure my family is good. And yeah, that's very important to me. So make sure that you know how to access and get in touch with all of those people that are significant in your life, just in case. Make sure you make provision for your pets. I think sometimes we forget about our pets. They're important. I don't know if you have them with you, or you'll go to some pet shelter, but make sure that you have food for them as well. Make sure that they have plenty of things that they need. I think water is a good thing to be able to stock up on. Making sure you get jugs of water is important, because we never know if we'll have a water shortage. So you can start now. I wouldn't suggest hoarding, as I stated. When I go to the store, I grab like 1 gallon of water, and I just keep it that way. I always have one. Each time I go grocery shop or something, I just grab 1. I'm not going to go to the store and grab 10. I think that's just selfish and not considering other people. So we want to make sure we give the stores enough time to replenish the shelves. So we don't want to run in and get it all, and then that means people are waiting and running in like crazy to be able to do that. So I'm not trying to put fear in anybody's hearts or anything like that, but it's always important that we be prepared for anything that might happen, because right now we're living in perilous times. We're living in times that are unpredictable. Our government and administration are all over the place on both sides, whether it's Republican or Democrat, trying to work out things. There are people that are hungry, people that need money, people that are homeless, There's a lot of things happening, guys. So the most of you can do is use your intelligence, use your mind to prepare for you and your family, because we can't depend on them to do everything for us. So let me see if I have anything else I want to share with you guys. You make sure you check on your neighbor, check on someone that may have disabilities, and see if there's anything that you can do for them to help them. You know, it's a time for us to be caring about our neighbors. Don't just be thinking about you. Let me get myself, make sure I'm good. You know, if you walk outside your door every day, you got a neighbor you say good morning to. Sometimes you stand in your yards and you chat and stuff. Let's check on each other. Let's make sure we're all good. Let's make sure that we'll be able to get through this time. I'm hoping that it won't be a shutdown again. I'm hoping that we can be okay, but I do know that we do need to take some precautions so that we can get this thing under control. I don't know what it's gonna take. I really don't know what it's gonna take, but I do know that if we start now being prepared and not, you know, out here in these streets acting wild and you know, irresponsible, you know, doing things selfishly, I think we'll be okay. So that's just what I wanted to share today, my take with this trending topic on being prepared during this time. Some people are choosing to go ahead and purchase the food and store it in their pantry. There's videos out there on how to organize all that. I'm not that girl. I wish I was, but I will start buying non-perishables and just make sure I have you know, a few things in there, because it's just me. I don't eat a lot, you know, I'm not a meat eater, so I would be good with that. So yeah, so thank you for watching this video today. I hope some things were said that will make you think, get yourself ready and prepared in case there is a crisis here that we have to, you know, prepare for. And I think we can get through it together if we're willing to help each other and to just be aware, be, you know, on guard, and just, you know, vigilant about what's happening in our world right now. So thank you for tuning in today. And if you're new, I want to say thank you for stopping through. If you have been rocking with me for a while, you know I appreciate you so much. Make sure you turn on where you subscribe, thumbs up, and leave a comment if you got anything additional that I may not be listing, because I'm trying to think of everything that I had written down in my phone. If it's anything else that you can add, because, you know, hey, we could always use ideas from others. Drop it below and help somebody out. So thank you once again. I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.